Rooster here with a new episode of Chordplay. This is the Chords of Sly and the Family Stone, and I've had some requests to feature some of Sly's music, also requests for more funk, and Sly and the Family Stone, definitely legendary. Formed in San Francisco in 1966. 10 studio albums, 2 live albums, 6 compilations. They performed at Woodstock. I mean, definitely Sly and the Family Stone are legends. And in the guitar department, Sly and the Family Stone's music, we have the legendary founding member, Freddie Stone. Definitely a legend of guitar. And his style's really interesting, a good mix of funk, soul, and R&B, jazz, blues. There's a lot of things going on in his playing. And depending on the song, certain songs have chord parts. Other songs, Freddie might just be jamming, fuzzed out, licks and fills and stuff like that. So definitely a very interesting guitarist and a legend and pioneer of funk guitar. And it was a few days ago, but I was in the car listening to NPR and I caught the Questlove interview where he was talking about the new documentary Sly Lives, which I think it debuted yesterday on Hulu. I haven't had a chance to watch that doc yet. I'm going to watch it this weekend. But definitely that radio interview kind of sparked my interest. It was a really great interview. And then I immediately just started thinking about Sly and I put this episode together. So anyway, if you dive into this and you dig it, check out Sly Lives. So the music and chord-based examples in this episode came from 3 Sly and the Family Stone albums, and I basically got locked on to those first 3 releases. And like I mentioned a minute ago, they've released 10 studio albums in their run, but those first 3 albums had so much going on, I just got stuck on that. We're not even technically leaving the 60s in this lesson, so just a heads up. Alright, with the opening jam, that was Soul Clappin' from Dance to the Music, and it's something like this. Something like that. So it starts with that thumpy bass. That's a really bad Larry Graham kind of impersonation I'm doing there. I'm using the MXR clone looper, and I did play that on bass. And the bass is just walking into that G. Right? Or something like that. And then Freddie's doing this kind of Freddie King, BB King kind of intro solo right there. Very expressive, a lot of personality in these licks and bends, but he's doing... Right? Think of, G minor pentatonic right there. But he's grabbing that, that G root note, and then he's bending that B flat a half step, kind of smearing it. Grab that G again, then bend the C right there. Then bend this F, and then bend that C, and then right there, C to B flat to B, right? And then you're gonna do this bend and release on that C, B flat to C, and then kind of a... something like that. Very staccato, very choppy as far as the phrasing, but I like it. It has a lot of personality right there. Something like that. And then you hear the chords actually come in there. So now it's like a G over B right there. And then right there an F over A to a C over G, right? So it's like those 70s kind of inversion chords, G, F, and that C. But you're doing it like that. Very expressive and very interesting guitar part. Very simple, but it's jamming, grooving. Very cool. Next up's the song Chicken. This is from the album Life. And check this out. Really cool. clucking in the beginning right there, like that. You know, slide into that A, grab that C, and then you're gonna cluck that C like a chicken right there. And that C to D and slide that D off, then do that A to C slide again, and then you got another lick right here. Like that. Think like D minor pentatonic, and you're doing that. And then this is really cool, slip and slide. Like that. And you hear like that open high E just kind of pop in there. That might be a mistake, but it makes it a little extra funky right there. And then like that. And then you hear this like that. And then right there, like the chord riff starts and you're clucking like a chicken again. So you're basically like pumping that D note and then a D7 sharp 9, the Hendrix chord there, like that. Like 6 D notes and then 2 chords. Like that. Don't be a chicken. Try that song. It's awesome. Next up's the song Dance to the Medley from the album Dance to the Music, and this is like over a 12-minute song. And the whole song is based around this riff. You know, something like that. And I suspect actually Freddie's just grabbing like the top part of those chords, like this. I think that's actually what he's playing, but then you hear the root notes from the bass, and that's what I was trying to emulate there, because it's F sharp to an F sharp 7. Right? And then it's E to an E right there, like the E over G sharp. And then it's B or B7, and you're doing like that. And then back to that F sharp 7. So I was kind of putting those root notes in just to kind of help, you know, the riff along. But I believe Freddie might actually just be playing that. Something like that. Okay, next up's the song Are You Ready? This is also from Dance to the Music, and this is all about the groove. Check this out. Like that. So we're walking into that F sharp from the low E open. And you're basically playing that F sharp or G flat major bar chord. F sharp major or G flat major. I think it's actually G flat. And then move that to A flat right there. And then you're going to basically kind of sneak your way into that E flat 9. Into that G flat there, A flat, into that E flat 9. And I just like the way it kind of mimics the beginning with that walk up into G flat, A flat, and then the walk up into that E flat 9. It's not really hard to play, but it's actually really cool, and I like that groove too. Next up's the song Underdog from the album A Whole New Thing, the first Sly album, and this is really cool, like this. So it actually starts with C minor, and we're basically kind of playing with this A flat right there on the B string. And then right there it's E flat over B flat, and you're still playing with that A flat note. It's that little hammer on pull off right there. Now you're going to move back to a D flat over A flat, and then you're going to be playing with this G flat right there, and you're picking through it at the beginning backward. And then it's A flat major backward, like that. And then right here, that's going to be basically like an E flat over G with an implied E flat major 7. And then it's C minor to like a C sus2 back to C minor, like that. So that's really cool. Next up's the song I Cannot Make It from the album A Whole New Thing. This is one of my favorite Sly songs. This is really cool. Like that. So actually it starts with these hits in the beginning, and you're doing a C over G to A major, and then a C over G to G major, like that. You know, something like that. And I was using like a thumb wrap to grab those root notes on A, and also on G too. And then eventually it moves to F right here, and you're playing with like this F sus4. And then it's B flat, and you're playing with B flat sus4. And then right there it goes back to A. Let it ring, hit it again. And then you do the super funky series of hits. A, it's like A, C over A, D over A, back to A. So after that series of hits, the A, C over A, D over A, back to A, then you're playing with A sus4 back to A, like that. And you hear the horns do that too. Cool guitar part, and I like that song too. Okay, I saved the best for last. This is the song Sorrow from the album Life. This was actually a non-album instrumental, but then they included it when they reissued that album, you know, much later. And this is really interesting. It's really cool. Like that. So you got this super busy, blurry chord thing in the beginning. It's like part of B minor, C sharp minor, and D major, and you're just kind of shifting and strumming your way through it like that. Right? It's like 3 on each one. start doing these muted sixths like this. And then you start chugging the low E and grab that high B. And then you start doing muted sixths right there on the 4th fret all the way down to the open strings. Like that. Like that. Then it gets louder at that part. And then do the second half louder. Cool. Alright, that's going to wrap this episode of Chordplay with this look at the chords of Sly and the Family Stone. Definitely this episode was long overdue. It's been on the back burner and on my list for a long time. But it was the Questlove, interview on NPR a few days ago. And I heard that, and it was like, oh man, I didn't realize Sly Lives was getting ready to be released. So I heard the interview, and then I started kind of listening to some Sly and the Family Stone, and it was like, yeah, I think now is the time. So yeah, I was feeling this. I was like, yeah, let's get funky and let's look at some of this legendary music. Definitely essential. If you liked this, definitely dive into their albums and watch Sly Lives. That's going to show you literally what happened. So anyway, leave some feedback and comments. Please subscribe to Night Lessons, and I'll be back before you know with more content and material. Thank you.